everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation, and I have a real quick tutorial for you on the explosion board. This is my We Are Memory Keepers explosion board, and I know it's been a while since I've done a project with it, but I still love this thing, and I played around with trying to make some different gift box sizes. Now, I started working on this at Christmas, and I did not get it finished, and I apologize for that, but you know, better late than never. So what I was doing is, if you guys have been following me, I use this board quite a bit. And I've made all kinds of different configurations as far as making explosion boxes and things. Well, I did do a couple on making gift boxes, and I came up with kind of another idea, and I just wanted to see where it would go. So I took the same size piece of paper and just scored it differently in my scoreboard to see what size boxes, and if you can see that, I could make and what the dimensions would be. So I did that. These papers I got, and again, I played around with this at Christmas time, and I just worked them up and I thought they were really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of walk you through what I did, and then I'm going to type up and have available for you a chart so you can do it yourself. So I basically score the paper the same as I always have and make my boxes using the pinwheel technique that I do, and created these boxes. And then I went through and did measurements for lids. So I'll have the lid measurements for you as well. Now these lids all have the same depth on their lid, but this is really cool because each box will have a lid, right? And they go up in size as far as the base measurement. So meaning, you know, what the actual bottom of the box measurement would be. And then they all have different depth measurements. Okay, so you can see that they all go gradually from 4 inches down to, this is 2 inches. So, and this is with the same piece of paper, except for the lids, of course, but the boxes are all made out of the same size piece of paper. So what I did, and this is like really super simple, but what I did was, like I decided to take a 12 by 12 piece of paper and I put it in my scoreboard, and on the first one, I scored it at the XXL line. Okay, so that's represented by the yellow here. And I just did that on all 4 sides, and then I did my pinwheel cuts that I do, and I created the 4 by 4 box. So this is doing the extra large scoring. Okay, then I checked the measurements. I made a lid. I made a tight fitting lid for it, and voila, you have a nice little gift box that's 4 by 4, and as far as the base goes, and then 4 inches deep. Okay, so then I took another piece of 12 by 12 paper and I scored on the extra large line represented by the orange. So I did that all the way around, all 4 sides, and I got this box. So this box, using the XL line, has a base of 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then the sides of the box are 3 5/8 inch tall. So it gives you a little bit bigger box as far as the base goes, but a little bit shorter on the sides. Okay, so you see where I'm going with this? So I did this for all the sizes. So I put in yet another piece of paper. I did this 7 times for all 7 measurements for the XL, XL, the large, medium, small, extra small, and extra small. So if you go all the way down to like the extra small, then you take your 12 by 12, you put it in here, you score it on all 4 sides, and then you get a box that's 8 by 8 at the base, and it's 2 inches high. And this is all, each one of these are made out of a 12 by 12 piece of paper. So I'm like, this is really cool. So I got all the measurements figured out, and I figured out lids for all of the boxes, and that went great. And then my brain went, well, what if I want a rectangular box? So I did the same thing, except for the only thing that I did differently was, and I didn't color this out, but I did it for 2 different sizes. So I did it with a 12 by 11 size, and then I did it with a 12 by 10 size. And I did the same thing. I took, and I scored these out, but I didn't color them. But this is a 12 by 10, and I just scored on each of the lines to figure out the measurements. So, for example, if you take this 12 by 10, the inner base measurement for this never get my ruler right the first time, ever. It is 4 by 2. So you have a 4 by 2 base, and the height of it will be 4 inches, okay? And then you go all the way to the, if you score on the extra, extra small line, then you have an 8-inch by a 6-inch box, and then you will have a 2-inch base. So you can see this will be a rectangular box. Now, if you do the 12 by 7, it is still rectangular, but it's a little less rectangular because the box is going to be a little wider because you're using a little bit bigger piece of paper. So anyway, I'm going to have a chart for all 3 of these sizes. I only did it for the 3 sizes. And then I'll have that available for you so you can look at the measurements and kind of decide which box you want. So when in the chart, when I do this, when I talk about the base, what I'm talking about is like the bottom of the box, how big that is. So this one would be 4 by 4, and for example, this one would be 8 by 8, okay? And then when I talk about the box sides, we're talking about the height of the box, okay? So this one would be 4 inches, and the smallest one would be 2 inches, okay? Does that make sense? Hope it makes sense. And then all of the lids, now these are cut at different sizes of paper, and they are all put in your scoreboard, and they're done like all the other lids. You're going to score on the lid line. So I'll give you the measurements for your boxes. So I'll give you the measurements for a square box, which will use a 12 by 12 piece of paper. I'm going to give you 2 different rectangular boxes. One is 12 by 11 and one is 12 by 10. And those are just those sizes paper with the 7 different scores between extra, extra small, and extra, extra large. And you're going to get 7 different box sizes. So that's what I wanted to show you today. I hope that that makes sense. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will have the chart available. There's going to be a link down below. And again, this is using my explosion board. That is by We Are Memory Keepers, and I love this thing. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. It was fun to do, and really kind of cute. You know, and you could even do this like you know, a decoration. So if you did it for like holiday, so like that's kind of what I was thinking when I did this, is when I got done, I could do this as a decoration, and I could like stack my boxes, and they would be really pretty, you know, tie a ribbon around them or whatever. But then when you give gifts, you can make a couple different sizes, and you could put the gifts all in different boxes, then tie them together and give it to the recipient. So anyway, I thought that was a cool idea. I thought it was fun to play with, and I thought you guys might like it too. So that's my kind of tutorial for today. I'm not going to show you how to make the boxes because I've already done that a bunch of times, and I will link below my video what to do with your explosion scoreboard, and that will kind of go through how to make the boxes and everything, and what I mean by cutting them pinwheel style when you put the pieces together. One note to mention that when you do make the boxes in the odd sizes with the 12 by 10 or the 12 by 11 paper, you will probably need to, once you do your cuts for your pinwheels on the corners, you probably will need to trim some of them a little bit, especially when the boxes are kind of skinny on the sides. You'll see what I mean when you make them, but you know, they'll still fit together really perfect. So anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think, and I will see you again soon with another tutorial. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and stay crafty. Bye-bye.